Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, you remember I spoke recently about the latest releases from ICM, and we talked about trying to do a bit of a fundraiser for them. One of the kits I'm going to be including in there, I always hesitate because I keep looking at this thinking I want to keep this. As long as I get made a good offer, you'll have to give me a good offer for this. I think this is the Hanomag that we're talking about. It's kit 35106. It's the 2511 Hanomag House B. And as I shared before, it's got these 4 different options because it was a very ubiquitous vehicle for the German Wehrmacht in World War II. And we have seen it in other formats, so I just wanted to take a quick look at this. Probably not a very in-depth review because we have seen it in different formats before, but I will read you what it says on the side, which is ICM's first release of the SD KFZ 2511 Aus B armoured personnel carrier from Hanomag. Features precise armour hull geometry based on the original prototypes, and I'm sure there was loads of these in Ukraine left after the war, so I'm sure they've got plenty of reference material, which is why they're doing such a good job with them. It includes a detailed interior for both troop and control compartments. Can be assembled in multiple configurations with or without machine gun, shield, radio equipment on the antenna. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay, there's obviously going to be some very interesting things. It's got 291 parts. Retails around about the £30–35 mark off the top of my head. Now, bear that in mind when those of you that take a look at this and think I might want to bid on that, because I quite fancy it myself. Maybe I should bid on it. Maybe that's the way to go. I've got to pay for it myself, really? Okay then. I'm going to say £30. So if you want it, you're going to have to pay. I'm bidding £30, which I will put in and keep the kit. But you can bid out. If you can outbid me, anything above 30, you can have it. Isn't that fair? I think that's fair. So there we go. Now, that shows that I'm invested in the process as well. So if I don't get any better offers, I'll cough up £30 and I'll put it in for this. I can't say fairer than that now, can I? I'll tell you what, it's a nice little kit this, based on the earlier versions we saw, the different versions. We had the ambulance, we had the radio car, communications vehicle, absolutely brilliant. So, let us take a look. There we go. Righty-ho, and here we go. So we've got one huge bag of screws. It's not too bad, because it hasn't got all the other ancillary equipment. It's a sort of standard, regular sort of version, so it shouldn't be too overpowering. It's under 300 parts. Yeah. We have got here our decal set, which I'll zoom in on. Here we go. So we've got mainly. Actually, I'm quite impressed the way they've done this. Look, we talked recently when we had sadly the passing of Roy Huxley, the artist for Matchbox, and we talked about the Africa Corps version of the Hanomag and the fact that they'd made him remove the Africa Corps symbols. Well, ICM have very cleverly just split it in half, and in a way which is quite subtle and clever, I think. Can you get this? Yeah. So you get the Africa Corps insignia, which upsets a lot of people. I don't believe in airbrushing history. I think we should have it, and I think ICM have used a very clever solution there, so hats off to them. And then we've got all the various number plate, registration plate details, a few German crosses, some instruments of course, and some white German crosses. Very nice indeed, so that's a good start. Then we've got our instruction book, from which I will now quote. And I do like the way that ICM bother to go, they go to the trouble of giving you proper data about the vehicle. So for example, it takes a crew of 2 plus 10 men in the back. Incredible, isn't it? It's quite a lot of people. So that carries as much as a bomber, like a flying fortress. And it says it's a weight of 9.1 tonnes. Quite heavy, aren't they? Length is 5.8 metres with a width of 2.1 metres. So they are quite narrow really, aren't they? It's not like a car or a truck, Height is 1.7 metres, has a Maybach 100 horsepower 4.2 petrol engine. Is it petrol? I think it is. Germans were mainly petrol, weren't they? A maximum speed of 53 k's, that's 40 miles an hour. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, really. Armour in millimetres, 8 to 14.5. So it's not huge armour, is it? But it's sloping armour. That's one thing that's clever about the design. So it does deflect a lot of shots. And the armament is 2 7.92 MG34 machine guns. Very good. Sorry, history. So the history is the half-track 251 armoured personnel carrier was the primary armoured transport of the German Wehrmacht. It was developed by the Hanomag company in 1938 based on the artillery tractor SD KFZ 11, with serial production starting in the summer the following year. The SD KFZ 251 Aus B production was the second variant in these line of armoured vehicles, production beginning in the second half of 1939. Several changes were made to the vehicle's design, mostly relating to technological improvements within the primary modification. The primary modification was the removal of the observation slits in the side walls. Oh, right, okay. So there is one at the front now, there's 2 at the front and there's 2 in the side. But there's none for the troops, so it's only for the driver and the co-driver. Production of the Aus B continued until the end of 1940. Notable operations in which they participated included the occupation of the Balkans, Occupation Barbarossa in the Soviet Union, and the operations in North Africa, the Africa Corps. Very, very good. Now that has just reminded me something I'm going to show you. Can you just reminded me? I haven't quite been prepared as I should be. One moment, please. I'm not going to edit it out, so it'll only take me a second. But I have got here something about the Africa Corps which is very relevant, and it is, sure enough, ICM have very kindly sent me their Africa Corps acrylic paint set. And that obviously paint set 3077, as you can see. And it includes middle stone, off-white, leather brown, German field grey, silver and green ochre. Now this is really aimed at the Africa Corps soldiers, but I have a feeling that the middle stone and the green ochre could be used with this vehicle. We'll come to it in a second. I think it can. A very nice paint set for your figures, for your Africa Corps figures. I was very impressed when I saw this and I thought, yes, that's what we need. We need an Africa Corps paint set, so I'll pop that over there. I'm glad I didn't forget it. Anyway, coming back to this, so it goes on to say, obviously North Africa was one of the key areas of operations. African North African or Mediterranean. Oh, excuse me. Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. It's not too many late nights. Yeah, the North African operations, and it actually does quote. It does quote those colours. Middle stone, yes. So it is the right set. Middle stone, saddle brown. Saddle brown. That's not included. Deep brown, leather brown. Yes, so quite a lot of those paints are applicable. It also needs tan earth. Let's just have a look on the. Actual colour callouts, because this is the North African version, and this is particularly interesting, I think, in terms of the schemes. Used in places like Tunisia and Libya, basically. Yeah. A R R A and R. R is the middle stone. A is the German grey. So it is. This set is absolutely bob on for it, actually. Yes, those are the two primary colours. The middle stone and the German grey, which are included. German field grey. Okay, I think you find it's very useful to have that set then, especially if you're going to have the figures to go with it as well. But if you go for obviously different kettle of fish for this one, this is the Eastern Front in late 1941. and this is obviously different colours. So here we've got the German grey with off-white. So the off-white, oh yes, again, off-white is one of the colours you would use here, there. So clearly it's an asset to have that. So off-white and the German field grey are the two colours that are featured on the cover of the actual artwork as well. And then alternately we've got the saddle brown. Saddle brown's not included. So the one colour that you don't get is saddle brown, which would be used on this rather strangely Romanian scheme here. With the grey, it's got saddle brown, which is a bit darker. And then on this one, you've got the Balkan one, which is basically just German field grey. So yeah. Okay. I don't think we're going to go through the full kit because we have seen it before. I don't think there's a huge amount of point in doing that. I think the interesting parts really are here, where you've got the radio set, and then you have the very much like we saw before, you've got the rifle mounts for the German rifles. And my brain has gone. I can't remember the name of them now. Does it quote them? Does it show them somewhere? Doesn't name them, does it? 95 and 97, aren't they? I remember the numbers. Yeah, and basically a lot of it is what we've seen before. Yeah, you've got the same mount. The only real differences here are you've got an aerial for the radio, and you've got the MG34 machine gun mounting with or without the shields. There's the MG34 there. Other than that, it's pretty much similar to what we've seen before. So as I say, I think I'm not going to open the bags, especially as I'm planning to potentially auction this one off for raising money for the Ukrainians, as I mentioned. So I think we'll leave it at that, really. Keep this one a very brief one, because we have seen this kit. I've already shown it in various iterations previously. So we'll leave that kit sealed in its bag. Really nice kit though, really nice kit. So I say I'm going to say 30 quid for this, and if anybody else wants it, this one does have the rubber band tracks. I will say that, just so you know. It doesn't have link and length on this one, but it's a really nice kit, and I'll put you a link over here to the previous reviews I've done of the basic kit, so you know exactly what you're going to be in for. But I say, I will happily stump up 30 quid, and if you would like that kit unopened, as you can see, apart from looking again, try to keep it as fresh as possible. Apart from me looking at those decals and instructions, we haven't touched it, we've not unsealed the bag, still factory sealed. If you would like that kit, offer me more than 30 and you can stump up that. Otherwise I'll stump up the £30 if you would like it. £33 or more, it's yours, and I think you'll be very pleased with it. It's a nice kit, and we'll go with so many other armoured kits, from World War II. A really nice set. It just needs some figures, doesn't it? Plenty of those available, plenty of those. So there you go. So I say it's something where I think that I'll be very happy to have that in my collection. If you would like to have it at any figure above £30, just let me know, and we will have a little confirmatory. We'll have to have a show, I think, a live show or something, where we auction it off. I don't know if we could do that as part of the Easter show with Jason from Model Kit Stuff. Maybe it would work as an Easter live thing. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. I think having a live show would be a major thing for me anyway, from a technological point of view. Not so much of an emotional one, but we'll see. I think I might keep it separate and just have a show where we do a little bit of an auction, and I say all the money, none of it will come to me. And I'm saying for that one 30 quid, so I'll get the ball rolling with the auction. So if you'd like to have that and want to outbid me, that's absolutely fine. Any figure above £30, let me know. And we will have an evening where we sort of confirm things up, or we name them, and you can see with clarity what's going on really, and try and raise some money for our friends over there who need it. I'm only filming this, to be honest, a few minutes after I filmed the previous video, so I haven't had time to go into the research of which is the likely charities I'm going to support. We are going to support between us, but I'll come back to you and let you know about that. By the time we do it, it'll all be clear. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you'll support us on that. And it's a nice little kit, is that? A good quality Hanomag. I mean, at £30 or £35, it's a bargain, you know. They are very nice kits and going to a very good cause indeed. Never better really. I think it would be fair to say that it'll have to be a civilian Ukrainian charity, but there is much need, isn't there, especially on the east side of the country that's been most affected by all this conflict, and also the medical charities. So if there are medical charities I find that will support, whether they're civilian or military, I think that's all good for giving people medical aid. I think it's fair, but I say I'll do my homework and we'll get into that later, and I'll make it clear I'll name who they're going to be that we're going to be supporting, and then you know where you stand. I think that would be nice for us all to join in and to try and, especially at the moment, I feel there's a rather growing urgency to do something to help. So I'm sure ICM won't complain. I'll inform them about it as well, especially once in fact I may ask for their input about which charities they'd recommend. Perhaps that would be helpful. Yes, I think I might do that. And then they're involved as well, Yeah, so there we go. So I hope that was a little bit of a glimpse into what that one's all about. And I say it's nice. I wanted to show it to you, but I didn't want to unseal it because I want you to know that you're getting a new kit that's not been touched at all, even though I have my fair gloves on. And it wouldn't be mould anyway, but there's no point in repeating what we've seen previously, so I think that's fair. Anyway, counting on your support to help me on this one. I think we've all had so much pleasure from ICM, at their expense really, through all these many reviews that I've done, and it'd be nice to pay them something back, not directly to ICM of course, but I think they would enjoy it if they felt that their cost in supplying these kits was ultimately going to be used in this case in a way that comes back to them and supports their country. I think that'd be quite nice. Anyway, I hope you support me in that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you'll give us a like. Give us a 10 out of 10. So I'm giving that. I think I said 9.5 out of 10 the first time, or 9 3/4 because of the rubber tracks. I wasn't. But they're actually very nice ones. They're very well formed, very accurate, and they look good actually. So I think 9.75 is what I came up with last time. I'm sticking with that. I want 10 though. Give us a like. And it's a pretty serious subject, especially at the moment. I feel that we all want to perhaps help a little bit more. In the last couple of weeks, the pressure seems to have ratcheted up and ramped up, and I think it's a good moment to be doing something like this again. I have done something similar before just on an odd kit basis, but I think now perhaps we can all get involved and come together and try to help out really. I hope you'll support me in that, and thank you very much for watching, and until next time, stay well, stay safe, keep your eyes peeled because there'll be more on this in the near future, and I'll probably have my sort of bit more data about what we're doing and how we're doing it. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and thanks for your support in anticipation. Until next time, look after yourselves, take care, thanks a lot, and bye for now.